the first job of the Vishuddhi Chakra within us was that when we became human beings, we raised our heads up like that. When you raise your head up like that, you have become a human being, in the sense that now there is a new movement in your consciousness. Now the new movement in your consciousness started about 6,000 years back, when Shri Krishna came on this earth. That the new movement was that it is the Father. The advent of the Father was celebrated, and that's how people developed a kind of a new instrument within themselves called ego. When the brain was lifted like this, you see, it expanded in a pyramidal. So pyramid, it became a pyramid. In an animal, the brain is flat and gradually it rises. When the head was raised, when the responsibility was taken of raising the head, the brain started growing in such a way that it became a pyramid. And when it became a pyramid, the attention became a different attention from that of animal. Because when the waves of your consciousness fell on the sides of the pyramid, they went into the parallelogram of forces, by which the resultant force, now it falls like this, goes like that, the resultant force is like that, had two sides. One was this, another was this. So the consciousness, or we can say the attention, instead of going inside, started going outward. So one part of the resultant was going outside, and that's how when you became a human being, your attention went outside. It's the human beings only who have their attention outside. Not that the animals don't have, but the attention of human beings are such that they create reactions. Like you see something, now I see doctor's house, for example, then a reaction starts in my mind. What is this? What does this mean? How much it must have cost? From where did you buy it? Anything you see, it starts giving you a reaction. Not to the animals. Animals at the most, they will say, this I must eat, that I must eat, that I must get. But they do not think about it. It's only the human beings who reflect. And this reflection comes because of the pyramid-like structure of the brain. And this has a special reaction in the brain itself, that we start developing our own ego, our own myths, our own mental projections. And when we develop our own mental projections, this ego starts developing, I know what's wrong, all these nonsensical things come. And once that starts working out, the balloon of the ego starts rising. It starts pushing the other balloon which was within us, is of the superego as an animal, and then comes up in the center. That's how we now become normal human beings. But then we start increasing our ego. It starts overlapping the superego, and a calcification takes place by which we develop our I-ness. So it is all the happening that takes place after we have lifted our head, raised our head, and we are no more like animals. So Vishuddhi Chakra has a very big part to play in the human evolution, that by developing your Vishuddhi Chakra, you have become human beings, first of all.